Bonjour tous. Hello everyone. We're going to continue making sentences with some more verbs. In the last video, we have seen about verbs, the French verbs. So in French, verbs do end in er, re, and ir, just to remind us. And we talked about le verbe régulier, regular verb. Well, I talked about le verbe irrégulier, irregular verb. Aller, to go. Venir, to come. So it's both like opposites, right? That's why I put this opposite mark, opposite symbol. Aller and venir. So aller is ending in er. Venir is ending in ir. They both are irregular verbs. Why? You will see that in a minute. So aller is to go, but that is the infinitive form. But if you want to say I go or I'm going, we say je vais, je vais. It's either I go, I am going, or I'm going. So here we are going a bit more in advance. Je vais vous aider. So if you see here, we've got two pronouns, two verbs. In our last video, we've only seen one pronoun and two verbs. So we have to put the first pronoun and then the verbs. The first verb is conjugated and then the following verbs or infinitive form. That's what we saw in the last video. So if you've got two verbs, two subjects, so first verb is going, I am going, aider, to help you. So you means vous, I'm going to help you. So we are kind of doing like a crash course, like, what do we call them? Very fast, intensive course, cours intensif en français. So that you would be able to communicate. Although we are doing grammar here, but we are making sentences. And just along the way, we're just making a note of what kind of grammar is that. But we're not doing just the conjugation. We're not doing just the grammar. We are doing more of communication. Okay, so je vais, I'm going, or I go. Je vais vous aider. I am going to help you. So as you could see, if you want to say informally, je vais t'aider. If it is a tu, then you can say je vais t'aider. So I'm going to help you. So what does he mean? I'm going to help you means it's like kind of future, right? So yesterday we talked about present tense and present continuous. Well, not yesterday, perhaps, yeah, in the last video, we talked about present tense and present continuous. So now we are talking about the near future. It's the near future. I'm going to help you. So it's kind of my intention. If you want to say in English, we can say like, it is my intention to help you, or I have a plan to help you, or I have decided to help you. But obviously it's the near future. I am going to help you probably in 5 minutes time, or immediately in 1 minute, whatever. So this is why it's called immediate future, near future. So the next verb, opposite verb, je viens, like to come. So I come, or I am coming, or I'm coming. So if you want to say, I just arrived, you can say, je viens d'arriver. So similar to in the last video. So like je viens is I'm coming, and then we are using two verbs, but here I just arrived. We are talking about whenever we use the venir in the je viens form, we can use it for the recent past. Okay, it's the past, but it's very recent. I've just arrived. Well, you can say I've just arrived in English as well, or I just arrived. Either way you could say. But je viens d'arriver means I just arrived. Why in English some people, well, sometimes we say I have just arrived. It depends on the person who is speaking, what they are thinking in their mind. They could probably use the present perfect, which we will see why we use present perfect soon. Okay, so now I'm here talking about the recent past. I just arrived. So further, we are making more sentences. We are using more vocabularies, like 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, 5 words, 6 words, making sentences. Okay, so je viens d'arriver au travail. So the L, you don't pronounce the L, au travail. Okay, at work, because travail is a masculine, which means le travail. So we're supposed to, but at means a. I'm sure I put a video already. If not, then we can see that soon. Okay, je viens d'arriver au travail. I just arrived at work. So the je viens, I'm coming. Il vient, he's coming. But if you use another verb with that, he just arrived. It's not like he's coming, okay? Il vient d'arriver à la maison means he just arrived home. Or you can also say he just arrived at home. Je viens d'arriver. I just arrived. Forget about the have. But it's not wrong, okay? Even if you can say I have just arrived, it's no problem in English, correct? Je viens d'arriver au travail. Il vient d'arriver à la maison. So you can use it any words, au parc, to the park, or au marché, or wherever you want to say. So, you know, you just have to keep practicing with the lots of different vocabularies. Nous venons d'arriver au cinéma, au théâtre. So nous venons means we are coming or we come, but if you use d'arriver, we just arrived. So just by itself, nous venons means we come or we are coming. But if you use another verb with the infinitive verb with the de, nous venons d'arriver au cinéma, we just arrived at the cinema. Nous venons d'arriver au théâtre, we just arrived at the theater. So in English we say theater, in French is théâtre. Now we are going to do something different. Je vais venir à la fête. So je vais means I'm going, okay? Venir means to come. So again, I'm going to come to the party. You have decided. So it's in the future, but it's the near future. You have taken the decision, or you have a plan, or your intention. So je vais venir. So what we are trying to do here, the go and then come, those two verbs, how we can use it. This is what we are trying to see here, okay? If we say je vais, I'm going. And if you put je vais d'arriver, that means like I just arrived. But if you just put without the de, it's the future tense. Okay? Je vais venir à la fête. I'm going to come to the party. So now we see why it is irregular and regular. So aller est un verbe irrégulier. So aller is an irregular verb. What makes a verb regular or irregular? So the way they conjugate, okay? So why in English if we say like regular verb like want, wanted. So the present is want, and if you want to make a past tense ed, you put the ed, then that's a regular verb. Other than that, if it changes in a different way, then it's a irregular verb. Okay, so for example, give, and then you don't put a gived, okay, that because it's a irregular verb. Give, gave, given. Whereas want, wanted, wanted. So that's what the way they conjugate, that makes a verb regular or irregular. So aller, when you say aller, to go, but if we can't even see any letter at all when we try to conjugate them, we are just saying je vais. So where is the aller in that vais? We can't even see anything at all, right? So that's why it's irregular. So parce que means like because or so that. Parce que la conjugaison est différente. So conjugation in English and conjugaison is in French. We're not doing any conjugation, we are having a conversation, okay? So because the way the verb conjugates differently, that's why we call this aller verb as an irregular verb, un verbe irrégulier. Par exemple, so we're going to see more examples. So donner. Donner is a regular verb, okay? So it's ending in er. So to give. Aller is also ending in er. But donner is a regular verb. Aller is an irregular verb. Le verbe régulier, donner. Le verbe irrégulier, aller. Because with the donner, we're just dropping the r and we are just saying je donne, okay? Tu donnes, il donne. So in the present tense or present continuous, we're just dropping the r, and then we can use all the other 5 letters and making the conjugation. Je donne, tu donnes, il donne, elle donne, on donne, nous donnons, vous donnez, il donne. Okay? Or elle donne. So whenever I put this ditto mark, so it's the same thing. So that's why it's a regular verb. Whereas aller, you see, you can't even see that. We say je vais, tu vas, which means I am going or I go. Tu vas, you go or you are going. Il va, he goes or he's going. Elle va, she goes or she's going. On va, so we go or we are going. Nous allons, so here we're supposed to be, can you see nous donnons? There is no liaison because it's a consonant, concern. D is a concern. Consonant is concern. So first we are going to do all the communications and then later on we can go into detail. Yeah, so not to worry about those things. So nous allons, and vous allez, and ils vont. Okay, so the aller we are only seeing in the nous form and then vous form. Aller, nous allons, vous allez. So je, tu, il, elle, il, we can't see that A-L-L-E-R at all. Okay, that's why aller is an irregular verb. So on means no in spoken language. Okay, and le futur proche, which is the near future. Okay, we saw this one, which means like je vais demander. So I'm using another verb. So je vais demander, I'm going to ask à mon patron. Like my boss means, like in French is patron. À means to, mon means my, because patron is a masculine, so à mon patron. Je vais demander à mon patron. So le futur proche, the near future, I'm going to ask my boss. And we saw le passé récent. Elles viennent. So elles viennent means they are coming. But if you use this one, de manger after that, elles viennent de manger quelque chose. They just ate something. Or you can also eat they have just eaten. Okay. In English, you can say they just ate something or they have just eaten. But when you do the conjugation, they have just eaten the conjugation is different in French. So not to worry about that. We are going to talk soon in the next videos. Okay. Elles viennent de manger quelque chose. C'est le futur proche. Je vais demander à mon patron. I am going to ask my boss. I'm going to ask my boss. Le passé récent, which means the recent past. Elles viennent de manger quelque chose. Elles viennent de manger quelque chose. They just ate something. They have just eaten something. So the other thing I want to explain it to you, how we learn languages. You know, most of us already are bilinguals, even if you are not bilingual. But our brain has got the experience of learning one's mother tongue. So whether it is English or it is French, so it's already got, the brain has got the experience, so it knows how to, you know, learn when we are adults. People say like children would really learn much quicker. Maybe they may be able to speak with a good accent, but it is not really, you know, 100% true that adult can't learn faster. They may not get the right accent, but they've got experience, and the other thing is the adult have got more responsibilities. So it might be difficult for them to remember things, but the adults do learn much faster than youngsters. The other thing, the children, or how they learn, or we all learn from mommy's tummy, like from the womb. When we are in our mother's, what do you call them, tummy, from the womb, we are learning from the surroundings. We started to hear, maybe, I don't know, 3 months, when the when in the stomach, mom's stomach. So we started to learn about 3 months time, and then so we are spending another 7 months learning from the surroundings, and then we are coming outside, and from, you know, from a child listening to the surroundings, listening to the parents, listening to everyone, and about 2 years maybe, or 1 year, maybe in the 13 months they started to say ma or pa, something like that, and then they start to speak 2 years old. So we already spent about 2.5 years learning a language. And then after that, we spend, like from the age of 3 or 5, we go to school to have a formal education. So we spend about 10 to 11 years to have a formal education. Then we are going to like further education and higher education and stuff. So it does take a longer time, but we don't, see when we try to learn a second language. The other thing is, if you're bilingual, it is much easier for you to learn another language or become a polyglot, because your brain again has got experience of learning the second language as well. So it can automatically apply the same process. And so it is much easier if you started to speak two languages already, if you're speaking, then learning another language could be much easier. Well, anyway, I just want to give you some idea about, how adults can learn languages. So once you have learned a second language, your brain has the experience, which is what I was just saying to you. À la prochaine. See you. Bye.